I have 4 delicious, easy, and healthy sheet pan meals to share with you today. Sheet pan meals just make life simple because it really is all about the little things.
Whatever we do it just for fun.
For the sauce, I'm adding a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of water, 1/4 cup of pineapple juice, a 1/3 cup of soy sauce, 1½ teaspoon of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 2 teaspoons of garlic, minced. I'm going to mix this together. The recipe doesn't say to, but I'm going to reserve a little bit of this sauce before I add the chicken to it. I'm going to put it over the vegetables. To a sheet pan, I have added chopped carrots, chopped red bell pepper, chopped broccoli, and last but not least, I am adding sugar snap peas. Going to pour a little bit of olive oil on the pan, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and I'm going to give it a stir. And then I'm going to add that reserved juice to it, just so it combines the flavors with the chicken. I added the chicken to a separate pan because it's just too much on one pan. I'm going to put both of these sheets in the oven on 400 for 20 to 25 minutes. I reserved the canned pineapple and I heated that through, added it to our dish just to bulk it up. This is so good, and I'm serving it over rice. In a bowl, I am combining a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese grated, a 1/2 cup of panko breadcrumbs, and a little bit of black pepper. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and I am going to mix these together. I'm coating both sides of my pork chops with this breading mixture, pressing down as I go, and I'm going to place the pork chops on a sheet pan. Meanwhile, my oven is heating up to 350. I'm going to trim the asparagus ends, and now I'm going to cube the potatoes. On the potatoes, I have mixed olive oil, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And on the asparagus, I just put a little bit of olive oil. Everything is going to go in the oven on 350 for about 25 minutes, or until the meat thermometer reaches the right temperature for the pork. In a bowl, you're going to combine a 1/3 cup of soy sauce, a 1/4 cup of Hoisin sauce, a tablespoon of honey, a tablespoon of rice wine vinegar, 2 teaspoons of sesame oil, 2 cloves of garlic, 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, and a 1/2 tablespoon of cornstarch. Give this a good mix. I'm making mine on 2 separate sheet pans because the recipe calls for 2 chicken breasts. There's 4 of us, so I'm going to do 4 chicken breasts. And then we are putting the chicken and potatoes together. I'm going to drizzle this with a little bit of olive oil. And then I'm going to salt and pepper both sides of the chicken, and I'm going to do the potatoes too. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of this sauce over the chicken and potatoes. And then this is going to go in the oven on 400 degrees for 15 minutes. For veggies, I am using some chopped broccoli, some chopped carrots, chopped red bell pepper, and some chopped cauliflower. I'm going to drizzle this with a little bit of olive oil and then top it with some of that sauce. I'm going to put this in the oven on 400 for 15 to 20 minutes. You're starting off by making a marinade. So in a bowl, you want a 1/2 cup of olive oil. The recipe calls for 1 cup of coconut amino, but a substitute for that would be 1 cup of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. You can use fresh, or bottled like I am. 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. 2 cloves of minced garlic. 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. 1 teaspoon of basil. And a little bit of pepper. I'm gonna give this a good mix. In a 2-gallon bag, or you can do this in a bowl if you want to, I have 1.5 pounds of cubed steak. To this, I'm going to add 1 red onion. I left them on the bigger side because this is a deconstructed kebab, and if I was putting a kebab together, I would leave them in larger chunks. I also have 1 red pepper and 1 green pepper, and 4 ounces of mushrooms, which I'm going to leave whole. Now I'm going to add the marinade to the bag and the vegetables and the meat. Going to give this a good mix, and then I'm going to let this marinade for the day, or you can do it overnight if you choose. Mine ended up needing 2 cookie sheets, which I lined with nonstick aluminum foil. These are going to go in the oven on 400 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes or until the beef is cooked through. It ended up taking 25 minutes exactly. On the side, I am just serving up some mashed potatoes. It smells so good. I just know it's going to taste just as good as it smells. I have all of these yummy recipes below for you. Have a wonderful day. I will see you soon.